Brian Estes. Parents and Brian and the Flower Girls. Jared, Gigi, and Fred. Second round of applause for Aislinn and the lovely Rachel and Matt Smoker. Patrick and Hannah Margaret. Brandon Ball and Mike Cichetto. Let's hear it for Bethany and Christian Carter. How about Jay Kratz and Elijah Estes? Grace Kratz and Zion Estes. Look at those moves.
First time I held you in my arms, I knew I'd love you all the way. I took you in at night, another day has passed. Every week goes by a little faster than the last. It wasn't so long ago, we walked together and you held my hand. I want you, but I hope you'll always understand that
with Noah. And it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Whatever we end up doing, I'm looking forward to it. So I told him earlier, I said, Noah, let me know if I'm smothering you. Because, I love all my girls, and I love them to bits and pieces, but it is so good to have a guy. I got a man cave at home. It's going to be great. Thank you, Luke, for leading the ceremony today. But not only that, thank you for your leadership in these two in their lives, and so many that are sitting here today. Grateful for your sacrifice, and I just want to say that the work that the Lord is doing through you and Jesse, it's bearing fruit. Thank you. And it was a beautiful ceremony today. It's incredible. We give God the glory, especially when anybody notice when Emma's veil flew horizontal? Wow, that was awesome. That was so cool. The bridal party. You guys you're the coolest bridal party I've ever met. I mean, can we all be friends? Can we hang out? I know I'm a little bit older, but out there we can. That was great. There's a special group here that I'd like to just take a moment to honor, and that's all the grandparents in the room. On the Kratz and Estes side. I hope this isn't asking too much, but I'd like all the grandparents to stand up for a minute. And I just want to take a moment. We hear about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. God is building things generationally. Okay? And Emma and Noah, they're the fruit of generations. And it's a beautiful thing. I really am super grateful for the families that we've been blessed to be born into. So thank you, grandparents. And the next group are two individuals. They're the moms. Moms, can you stand up just for a minute? Questions? You guys are awesome. Thank you. Emma Christine. Wow. I couldn't be more proud of the woman that you've become. You're outstanding. And I'm so proud to be your dad. Emma is created so uniquely. And I understand, Noah, why you've fallen head over heels. She's awesome. So, there's no telling where God can take the two of you. It's going to be amazing. It already is. Noah, welcome to the family. Thank you. Yeah. Noah has actually impacted our family already. Like I said, we've never had another guy around. So that's a great thing. And the other thing is, I've noticed in the last, it's been 3 years now, right? Last 3 years, I've gone to McDonald's more times in the last 3 years than the previous 20. I stopped by Costco for a hot dog. sorrow for the Washington Commanders. It hurts. It didn't used to hurt, but now it hurts. All joking aside, what a wonderful couple, and I'm excited to see what God is going to continue to do in your life and how God changes the world through you too, in wherever He has you. And it's just a deep honor to be here and to be able to express this to you. I love you both, and I'm ready to party.
First of all, I just want to say it is so cool looking around this room and seeing like college people and then people from childhood and like family and college and all these like awesome connections. It's so cool. And I know it means a lot to Emma and Noah. So if you have not seen them, make sure that you see them. Also, tonight we're gonna dance hard because Emma and Noah, that is their biggest wish. Like ever since they got engaged, they were like, but the dance party, it's gonna be awesome. So if you want to give Emma and Noah the best wedding gift ever, I expect to see you on the dance floor. So, yeah, but I'm Quinn. I'm Emma's older sister. We were 16 months apart. And, yeah, I just want to start out by saying, just talking a little bit about Emma's dating history. So, Emma's beautiful. I mean, look at her. Like, wow. And guys have been interested in Emma, like, forever. And just always, like, oh my gosh, I want to date Emma Kratz. I want to take Emma Kratz to the prom, blah, blah, blah. And as her older sister, watching all these amazing men just, like, want to be interested in her and just being like, Emma, they're awesome. Like, come on. And she's like, they're okay. Over and over again. And I'm like, man, like, your standards are too high. Like, these guys are great. But clearly, she was looking for Noah Estes. And I'm really glad that you had high standards because, Noah, you meet and exceed every single one of them. And I'm so glad that you're marrying my sister. Like, I've dreamed of who my sister would marry, like, our whole lives. And so it's just awesome to, like, I'm a big dreamer, but it's awesome to just know you and you've exceeded those expectations. So I'm just so glad that you're my brother, my person. But yeah, so anyway, Emma, guys have always been interested in Emma. And so I think when Noah started, like, seeing how beautiful Emma was and how wonderful Emma is, he was like, all right, how am I going to do? How am I going to win over Emma Kratz? Like, I need to strategically think it out. So he took a pretty interesting approach, actually. He said, I'm going to date the older sister first. So I was invited to Elkton Young Life Team date night as Noah's date. Before him and Emma ever started talking. I met the parents, I played pigeons, but clearly Noah and Emma were meant to be, and just a way better match than we were. But yeah, Noah and I always joke about how we dated first and how that's a little awkward for us. But it's a total joke because we played pigeons and it was just a funny thing. Okay, I have a bunch of notes because Emma has high expectations and I have to be really super. Okay, so I went to Colorado for one summer, and that just happened to be the summer that Emma started dating Noah, and I was devastated because I couldn't, like, meet him. Or, I mean, of course I met him, but I couldn't see them in action. So Aislinn was so kind to send me pictures of them all the time. And when I got on the phone with Emma and heard about, like, how into Noah she was, I was like, oh my, this is endgame. She's never interested in guys this much. much. Like, this has to be the one, honestly. So I told everyone at the camp I was working at, like, my sister's dating someone, and it's like, it's so exciting. And everyone was like, cool, I'm not like, you don't understand. Like, it's really exciting. So everyone's been excited about Emma and Noah since the beginning, even Noah's parents, I think. Had a suspicion that Emma was the one. So, yeah, so if you guys don't know Emma and I and our relationship very well, I will just say that we are like super close. We fought like dogs when we were growing up. But I think that made us invincible as friends. Like, she can say anything to me now, and I still know that she loves me because we've had so many, like, forgiveness chats. But I think that's what makes her so special, is that she is probably the person that I can be the most myself around and not be afraid that she'll, like, be mad at me or anything like that. So our friendship is a little bit chaotic because of, like everyone said last night. It's just how Emma is, but in the best way. And yeah, I want to tell a story. I think this is my favorite story about Emma. So our senior year, we did an interfaith send-off for seniors, and Emma was helping to lead it. And she's a great singer. If you did not know, she is an amazing singer. And so somebody asked her to lead the songs. And I think it was like, How Great Thou Art, or something like that. And she gets up to sing the song, and the audience starts singing with her. But this is supposed to be a solo. So Emma, in the middle of How Great Thou Art, realizes that this is not a solo, that everyone is singing along. And she goes, please refrain from singing. And we were all dying. But I think that this says two things about Emma that are really, really important. One is that she is so bold. Like, she speaks her mind, and this is a beautiful thing because when she tells you something, it holds a lot of weight. Like, I cannot remember a single time where she said something to me and I was like, I don't know if she means that. No, like, every single time she says something, you know it's from the heart and it's as genuine as can be, which is why I think that she's honestly changed so many people's lives that are in this room. Like, that is something that I love to hear, is like, somebody was just telling me last night at the rehearsal dinner, like, and they were like crying as they were saying this, like, Emma has changed my life. And I'm like, me too, but I thought that was just because she was my sister. No, like, as I'm getting to know her friends and the impact that she's had on people, I'm realizing, like, oh, my sister is like the most special girl ever. And I have two amazing other sisters too. But yeah, this is all about Emma tonight. This is all about Emma tonight. And yeah, I just think that is, just something that I love about Emma. She's personally, like, called things out in my life that have dramatically shifted the way that I made my decisions, because she just is such a truth seeker and not afraid to tell the truth. And we complement each other a lot because I tend to want to be nice and please everybody. So that's why we make such good friends, I think, is we complement each other. And I know that Emma and Noah complement each other so well too. Back when Noah and I dated, I could not get him to talk to me very well. I think that I was just trying to pester him with so many questions and get him to answer deeply, and that's not how people work. So Emma knew the way to Noah's heart, and it's just been so cool to see. Emma loves the spotlight, and it's been cool to see Emma kind of drag Noah into the spotlight. And also Noah, like, Emma is so much better because of you. Like, she was amazing before, but I love the fact that you are so rooted in your faith and you're so grounded and you actually live what you believe. And so when I remember a couple years ago, Emma was stressed about something and she was like stressed and she's like, oh, I'm gonna call Noah. And then she called Noah and she's like, I just wanted him to like, validate me and things like that. And Noah was just like, you don't need to worry about it. It's fine. And Emma's like, somehow that was comforting because he just doesn't worry about anything. And guys, that's not normal in our world. People are so anxious, but Noah is so rooted and so steady and so lives out what he believes in the Word of God and just living his life for God. And I am so grateful for you, Noah, and I'm just it's not easy watching your sister get married because things change, but it's so wonderful and it's so joyful because it's you, and I just love you, and I'm just so excited that you guys are getting married. Let's see, back to the notes. Okay, now it's time for a story about Noah. Like I said, Noah is very humble and amazing and selfless. And I got a really bad concussion my senior year of college. I talk about it too much. I'm so sorry, all you JMU people who are praying it too much, but it really did. Anyway, Noah was the first person to come over. Him and Noah just started dating. He was the first person to come over and be like, hey, can I email your professors for you? Can I buy your groceries? Then I got a second concussion in college, which was crazy. And I guess Emma told him, and I was just very dramatic, crying on my roof. My senior year was over. And Noah just hopped through my window and sat with me on my roof, and we didn't even really say anything. I just remembered that was so meaningful to me that I didn't even tell anybody that I was upset, but Noah just walked on by and comforted me. And so after that, I told Emma, if you break up with Noah, I personally will be heartbroken. So don't do that. And they did it! They made it! But yeah, I just want to say some last thank yous. Thank you to my parents for this awesome wedding. If you guys have not met my parents, it would make their night if you went up to them and said, hi, I'm so-and-so, this is how I know Emma and Noah. They love strangers so much. So please, introduce yourself. And then thank you to the Esses's, Mr. and Mrs. Esses. You guys have been such an awesome support. Thank you for just taking everything off of our to-do list. She just loves to, she's been helping all of us out so much. So thank you. And thank you, Emma and Noah, for just being the best of friends to all of us. We love you so much. And thank you all of you guys in advance for getting on the dance floor. Yeah. Okay. And lastly, thank you, Noah, for ghosting me after our first date. You wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that. So that's all I have. Cheers!
Let's hear it for the awesome and hilarious Quinn Kratz. I'm going to bring up a very special guy, but in advance, to all those concerned, JMU is back up 10-3. Go Dukes! Now, I would like to introduce the best man and the man who brought the perfect groom into this world, Mr. Brian Estes.
What I have here is telling everybody to go on the dance floor, but that's been taken care of, so I'm not talking about it. So let's start off with some really well-earned thank yous. First and foremost, my wife, Lisa. She hates the spotlight just like Noah, so. Unlike Emma's parents, do not go up and introduce yourself. So she is the love of my life, and she really did a great job raising Noah. I just supported financially. Rob beat me to it, but I do also want to thank the grandparents. Like, I'm imagining the same scenario with you guys, but like we couldn't have raised 4 kids without some awesome grandparents. Won't have you stand up, but I just want to publicly thank you for everything that you've done and do. Thank you so much, grandparents. You don't, yeah, stand up, that's great. That's awesome. So last night, and probably you guys know this already from being here today, like there were some really cool speeches from Emma's friends and Noah's friends, and they talked about Noah, and they talked about Emma, and how wonderful they are, and yes, they're wonderful, we love them so much, and so super proud. But here's what you gotta understand, as parents, like we impacted our kids up until maybe they were 5. Honestly, we did our best up until they were 5. You, as their friends, like y'all really led them and showed them the way. So everything you said great about Noah and Emma, it's really because of you, what you poured into them throughout their lives. So all of your friends here tonight, I love you guys because that's why Emma and Noah are so great. Because you guys are the best friends ever. Thank you for being their friends and loving them and being with them. We couldn't have done it, because after 5 years old, they stopped listening to them. The Kratz family, what a great family. Oh my gosh. If I were to pick a family to be connected with, it would be the Kratz. Thank you so much for this weekend, for allowing Noah to be part of your family, allowing us to be feeling part of your family as well. Super special. We love you guys. You're awesome. And so we're at a wedding, and I'm gonna have a wedding proposal to the Kratz. I got 3 sons. One just married a wife. You've got 4 daughters. In 5 years, we can come back and do this all over again. I'm not saying who goes with who, but we can do this again every 5 years. I'm giving my sons a sugar birthday. They haven't found a spouse by then. Let's do that, okay? Arranged marriages, we're good. All right.
Yeah, Elijah.
4. Kratz daughters, Estes sons. It's up to you. I would only have to really be connected with a great family. I love you, Emma. You're so, when I say beautiful, it doesn't, obviously from the outside she's beautiful, but she's beautiful inside. And I just love you. You are just terrific. And you're a perfect match for my son. You're awesome. And I am so lucky that I get to watch you guys build a family together. And I'm just really looking forward to that. And I just feel I get to live on the outside and see y'all do this. And just for me, that's a blessing. So, it's awesome. But right now, I'm just going to reflect a little bit on Noah, if that's okay. Just because I kind of know him a little bit better. So just a couple things about Noah. I didn't want to focus on the whole sports side of things, but that kind of goes into a good speech. So, Noah qualified for states when he was in high school in the mile.
Woo! Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Hey, here's a big one. He had multiple intramural championships.
Yeah!
2-time flag football champion from Dogtown. Cornhole with none other than Tate, right? But I literally reflect on my favorite sport accolades that Noah had. So I had the honor as a father to coach him in football. And, you know, we had a great time. I mean, I was one of those dads, like, I hate the coach who makes their son the quarterback but honestly, it's actually a pretty good move because I could, like, be with him all the time, so Noah was the quarterback. I'm sorry. He was pretty doggone good, too. But here's the thing, like, we were playing a pretty close game, and let's just say, to make the story a little bit more entertaining, we had one timeout left to go, and we were on the final drive-ish, and it was a pretty important kind of thing going down, and Noah looks over at me, he's like, Dad, we don't have enough players on the field. And he's like, the quarterback? I'm like, well, call the timeout. And sure enough, so he calls the timeout. Not enough players on the field. I'm like, who's missing? I'm looking around like, where's the player that's not out there? So Noah's like counting everybody. He's like, oh, Dad, I forgot to count myself. That's okay. It's Pee-wee football. Who cares? But honestly, like the best one, and this is like Estes family lore level, like Bethany and Noah played soccer together when they were like 3, 4, 5-ish. And, you know, Bethany's a little bit older than Noah, so of course she's bigger, faster. I'm not gonna say stronger, but maybe. And like, every time the ball was free, Bethany's like making a beeline for the ball, making a goal. One time, Noah had a straight on, like, all he had to do was kick it. And here comes Bethany on the same team, steals the ball from him, and kicks the goal. And it's like, Noah runs over to us on the sideline, and he's like, everybody says go Bethany. Nobody says go Noah. Poor Noah. Nobody ever cheered for Noah. Let's everybody give Noah a cheer. Oh, since we're on the sports topic, like really quick for Emma, like I've never seen Emma Chaos. But I did get a chance to see kind of like what it might be when I saw her play spike ball. I mean, I've never seen anybody in my entire life play spike ball with their entire body. Like, she's like knocking people over, flying through the air sideways. She's an incredibly talented or like maybe passionate athlete. Super passionate. And I just love that that's when I like thought, man, this girl's pretty cool. Like, she was giving it her all. So, like, there's a little, all of Emma's friends, and maybe our family kind of know a little bit about, like, how Emma and Noah got together and all that. And there's kind of this story that Emma knew, maybe before Noah, that she would marry Noah, and Noah knew. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe Emma knew that you were the one. But here's the thing that I think is more important. Noah realized he loved Emma when he saw her making cookies with Lisa. Like, that was the moment he realized it. But here's the more important thing. I think before Emma loved Noah and before Noah loved Emma, Lisa. Lisa loved Emma before anybody did. She was in love. And you know, guys, the Christmas movie where, you know, the angel get his wings every time you hear a bell ring? Well, let me just tell you, when a mother-in-law falls in love with a future daughter-in-law, all of heaven rejoices. Because that's a miracle. I'm going to change gears a little bit. And I just want to reflect on what I would call like 3 moments in Noah's life. Now, if I struggle a little bit, just help me out. The first one that I can think back with Noah that was like super special in our life, and he knows exactly where I'm going, is one day, Noah was just a young little kid. One day we had a bunch of sticks in our backyard that needed to be picked up. And I went into the backyard, and Noah went there with me. And we picked up, a million sticks to And we were tired, like we had been working all day long, and like we sat down, both kind of on the hill, looking at all the work we did, and I'm like, man, we did a good job. And he's like, no, it's like, yeah. And like I realized, like whatever I do, he's still gonna say yeah. Like, this kid is gonna follow me anywhere I go. He's like he's my buddy. You know, he will do anything. And I we made up this little song that, you know, we're buddies and we do big things together. And we just kind of all say, we do big things together. And like, we've sung that all our life. It's kind of just like one of those things that we have between each other. And that's like the first moment that I think about. The second moment I think about when I think about Noah is the day he got baptized. That was super special. Obviously, Noah, the Lord is like the most important thing to him in his life. But like when he got baptized, he comes up out of the water, he walks out of the baptismal, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and we're like, we didn't have any words, but we just like busted out crying. I was like, oh my gosh, you love Jesus, I love Jesus, yeah, our life would be great. So I just know that he's on the right path because he has a real strong relationship with the Lord. And it's really meaningful and means something to him in his life. And like that was a super emotional time. That's like the second moment. And like the third moment I want to focus on is like I remember we were in Hilton Head and we were sitting down, lunch, dinner, probably lunch. And maybe some of the brothers were there with us, and we were like, Noah's like, I think I'm gonna ask Emma to get married. And we're like, oh yeah, we're kind of like wondering when this was gonna happen. And he's like, and so we just had this really awesome and cool conversation about like what that meant, how he was gonna do it, how he was gonna convince Rob to say yes. You guys have no idea how he was super worried about that. I think he wrote a book about winning over Rob Kratz. Apparently you super laid back and easy the day came, but like he was ready, and like it took a year for us to pump him up to be ready for it. That was such an awesome time to kind of really see how much in love he was with him, and he was ready to go that next step. And then I said there were 3 moments, but then, you know, if I want to sneak in the 4th, if I'm being selfish, when you asked me to be your best man, my heart broke. I love being your buddy. So, I'm going to shift gears again so I don't cry. Lou, you did an awesome job. I'm so glad that you were in charge today. You had it. I couldn't ask for anything better. But I did write down Ephesians 5, and I just want to kind of read it one more time, because I think it's important. Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, his body and is himself its Savior. Now as the church submits to Christ, also wives should submit in everything to their husbands. Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he might present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that he might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself, for no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it, just as Christ does the church. Because we are members of his body, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother, and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. This mystery is profound, and I'm saying that it refers to Christ and the church. And that is so deep. I could sit up here and talk for hours on that, but I just want to reflect on 2 quick things. Our society gets so hung up on the wives submitting. And yes, it's scripture. We know that, right? But just as important as the submittal portion of it is Noah, your husband, you were called to die. Literally how Christ died for us in order to love your wife. So it goes both ways. If you love women in the way that Christ loves you, then you will submit your life. And by submitting that life, by giving that life, she will be loved. And her submission to you will be simple. Because she will always have someone that she, no matter what, knows that you, Noah, are there to die for her. Literally and figuratively. And that is the most beautiful thing that we have as husband and wives. And it's also the most beautiful thing we have as followers of Christ. He has died for us so that we might have life. And that's the same life that you guys are going to have as husband and wife. So, I'll leave you with that. And one other word, I'm getting the hooks on here. Noah, you have always been what I would consider an unassuming leader. Evidenced by your brothers. They follow you. They look to you. They love you. And they want to, be who you have been. They're their own men. But you are blazing the path. And your sister, she loves you so much. I've never seen a brother and sister that love each other so much as you guys. And I am proud of that. Not that I've done anything, but you guys have. What I ask is this. Continue to lead the same way. Allow Christ and His Holy Spirit to continue to blaze the path for you and Emma. And let's have a toast. To Emma and Noah. A long, happy life.